Hi, I'm Owen Honey, your local DIY enthusiast from Boulders. Well, this client had this vintage wardrobe in the family for many years, but instead of getting rid of it, we're going to repurpose it to be used as a dining room cabinet for additional storage. Let me take you through the process and how we achieve this. The products and tools required to complete the task are a pencil, tape measure, wood screws, screwdriver, painter's tape, a cordless drill, a sander with extra sandpaper, jigsaw, fired earth cabinet and furniture paint, fired earth extreme gloss, scraper, paintbrushes or roller, a hammer, speed clamps, laminated pine and wood strips. First, we have to remove all the hardware from the cabinet. With a flat screwdriver or claw hammer, take off the handles, decorative moldings, and the lock and key. Now, using an orbital sander or sanding block, sand down the surface of the cupboard with a coarse sandpaper. I'd recommend 80 to 100 grit paper. It's not necessary to remove the old varnish, but rather smooth down any blemishes. This will give us a surface to which we'll be able to apply our Fired Earth Extreme Gloss enamel to. Now, using a vacuum cleaner, try to get rid of any residue from the sanding process. The cleaner the surface, the better. We sanded down the inside of the cupboard too, as this was also going to get a lick of paint. After placing the cupboard on a drop sheet, we proceeded in taping up the hinges with painter's tape. This will prevent the paint from adhering to the hinges. Preparation is key to achieving a smooth and perfectly finished surface. So give your cupboard one last wipe down with a cloth and mineral spirits to ensure that your surface is dust free. As this was a previously painted surface, there was no exposed bare wood and we did not need primer. We could now proceed in painting with the Fired Earth Extreme Gloss enamel directly to the cupboard. Keeping in mind, if this was a new surface, that we would need a coat of wood primer before painting with enamel. I used a foam roller to apply the enamel, but you could also use a short nap roller if you wanted to. Give the entire cupboard a first coat of enamel. Then with a paintbrush, get some enamel into those places that the roller could not reach. Allow to dry for at least 4 hours or preferably overnight before applying the second and third coats if required. In the meantime, I managed to get going with the interior of the cupboard. This time I was using the Fired Earth cabinet and furniture paint, which is a 3-in-1 acrylic paint. It is ideal for this purpose and it dries very quickly. Here I used a paintbrush for the application of the cabinet and furniture paint, and for those hard to reach places, I made use of a foam brush. We also decided to add 2 additional shelves to this cupboard using laminate pine. After carefully measuring the width of the cupboard, I cut the boards with a circular saw. And then notched out a small section in the center of the shelf using a drill and a jigsaw. This was for the center panel that ran down the back of the cupboard. So when making a shelf for a cupboard, make sure that you measure twice and cut once. If anything, cut slightly longer than shorter. Well, our wood is cut now. It's time to dress it with this paint from Fired Earth. It's a 3-in-1 paint and doesn't need an undercoat, so we can apply it straight to our wood. Give the shelf at least 2 coats of paint, remembering to allow for drying time between each coat. The drawers also required some attention. After removing the handles, we gave them a sand down before applying the Fired Earth cabinet and furniture paint. With my brackets already screwed onto the bases, it was time to reassemble the cupboard. Using an old piece of timber, I made a template so that I could mount my shelves at equal heights on either side. I used 3 or 4 wood screws on either side, which was more than enough to hold up the shelves. put the drawers back in place. And then it was time to place the polish handles and decorative moldings back on the doors. Well, there's nothing like breathing new life into a vintage piece of furniture just like this. All the products we use in this insert are available in store or online. Well, for more projects just like this, please visit our blog on our website, which is www.builders.co.za. Get to Builders, get it done.